Hey guys, it's yours truly, Music Clues here,
Hey, subscribers, it's Ethan here.
and welcome back to another update. Update for 2023. So this is our first mainline update for 2023. Although it's not a general update about stuff coming out for the channel, I did want to update our fans on the cons that me and Ethan are planning to go to for at least the first half of 2023. I'm not sure about the second half of the fall, but I want to at least let you guys know what's happening for the spring and the summer in terms of us going to Comic Cons and where you'll be able to catch us.
Yeah.
So the first one coming up obviously is Anime Milwaukee. So I did confirm that I am indeed going to be at Anime Milwaukee on Saturday and Sunday. But as for Ethan N,
I will make my announcement. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll make it to this one for all these days that is going there. I mean, I wish I could go there, but, well, to be exact, why I cannot go to this one, let's say currently my dad is at somewhere in California right now, and he's gonna make his flight back to where I'm at. I'm not gonna say where for the conventions or inconvenience. Yeah, so I have to go pick him up from the airport and all that. So other than that, I'm not gonna say anything else. That's the best way to put it.
yeah, so it will just be me for this next con. Of course, like always, you can expect a vlog out of this one. I will be putting together a vlog that day, so be sure to look forward to Anime Milwaukee Music Clues vlog for this day. This will be my second solo con that I've gone to, and the fifth one overall for the Media Maniacs in terms of either of us going. So this marks the first milestone mark for the Media Maniacs. Fifth con overall, and my second one going. This is also our first Wisconsin con that first Wisconsin con we've gone to in quite some time. Since the first one we ever went to was just simply called Wisconsin Comic Con. So it's been a while. We do have the old vlog posted if you want to check out our very first ever con that we ever went to. Yeah. Now in terms of other cons coming up, we'll talk about all the major ones, and then we'll talk about one that me and Ethan are potentially going to as well if we get things sorted out. So in terms of the major cons coming up in our area that we live in at least. C2E2. Unfortunately, I can confirm that me and Ethan will not be going to C2E2 this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, so far what I've seen, there's none of these voice actors I've seen. There's some interesting ones, unless they can change our minds, but we'll see.
Agreed. So I can confirm that me and Ethan will not be going to C2E2 this year, unfortunately. Probably unfortunately, unless there's a last minute voice actor announcement of a voice actor me and Ethan have to go see, then we won't be going to this one.
Yes, that's we were gonna say, of course.
Now as for Anime Magic, I do want to confirm that I am still looking into it, but I will possibly be going to that one by myself once again next when August comes around. So I don't want to confirm just yet, but I can confirm that we will be trying to go to that one in August.
Yes. Last year, apparently, there was one after that Fan Expo in Chicago that one time last year.
So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I don't want to confirm just yet. And speaking of Fan Expo, I can confirm that me and Ethan will 100% be returning to Fan Expo this year.
Yep.
So me and Ethan have made the plans. We'll definitely be booking our days off, of course, way in advance. that band, so that way we have the days off for when we do go to Fan Expo. But me and Ethan will be making our plans to go to Fan Expo in August when it comes out. Of course, in terms of the cosplay, Ethan already has a surprise idea, but we're not going to tell you guys until the actual convention comes up.
Yes, and it's still in the progress of that surprise, as Musicals has mentioned.
But I will give you a hint. It's one of Ethan's childhood shows.
Oh, yes. And Musicals actually knows it. But he hasn't watched it yet, but he knows it.
Yes, so if Ethan's mentioned any childhood shows here on the channel, try to think of what it could be. But yeah, that being said, that cosplay is in the works, and we'll probably be making this debut at that specific con unless we decide to do it at a con earlier than that. But doubtful, because Ethan still has to get the pieces all together for it, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yes.
But yeah, so Fan Expo is a 100% guarantee that we will be going. Of course, things will happen and things can change, so we will let you know if something changes on that.
Yes, that's what we were saying earlier.
Okay, so that being said, the next one I want to talk about in terms of cons that we're possibly going to is Anime Central. Now, I'm not really sure about Anime Central just yet. It is in my birthday month of May, but it is near the end of the month, and that is very close to, as many of you know, Tears of the Kingdom, the new Legend of Zelda game coming out next this May.
Yes.
So I'm not 100% sure about going to this one, but we will definitely see what happens.
Yes.
Okay, so the last one I wanted to mention, and this is one that me and Ethan are gonna have to start saving for leading up to it, since it's actually pretty much right after Anime Milwaukee. Now I'm gonna have to immediately start saving for this, but we are looking into going to the Lexington Toy and Comic Con in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yes. And this one, we all know for sure, this is not confirmed yet. We will talk about it, but this is not confirmed yet.
Yes. Of course, keep an eye on both my Instagram, GoGamerDJ, and of course the Twitter community, our Twitter community page, YouTube community page, pardon, for more info on whether or not we will be going to the Lexington Toy and Comic Con. But I do want to say that we are looking into it. The main reason is there's a couple of factors. I'll let Ethan and I switch out the reasons. One, this would be our first ever out-of-state con that me and Ethan would be going to, since this is out of the states of both where me and Ethan live. So this will be our very first out-of-state con, which means there's going to be a lot more planning than there is for the cons that we've gone to. Most of the cons that we've gone to have been within either Ethan's state or within my state.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
Indeed.
Okay, buddy, why don't you mention another reason why we're still looking into this?
Okay, so we're still looking to do like the transportation, how we do it, and of course, we do want to see the few voice actors that are going to be there, which is surprisingly Sasuke's voice actor is going to be there. And there is some points that I might want to meet him somehow if I can, but Musicals can also tell you why he wants to go there too. He'll tell you.
Indeed. But going back to the transportation, yeah. Of course, there's 3 methods of transportation. Ethan obviously is not new to driving out of state. He's done that several times with his family, so this would not be new for him. But it would be a long drive than what he's used to. So that highly depends. And also, when Ethan made his drive, he had an older car. This would be his first drive with his newer car, so he'd have to make sure that it would be able to make the trip.
Yes. And that is a little further, though.
Indeed. The second way is, of course, my dad driving us down, but that highly depends on his schedule, too. So more than likely, that would be the least likely option.
Yeah, we don't know yet until whatever happens. But
Yeah.
like I said, this is not confirmed. We just said it ourselves.
Indeed. And the third option, obviously, is one that Ethan's very familiar with. We fly down to Kentucky.
Correct.
That would probably be the less time-consuming one, but there's a lot more planning that goes into a plane ticket, as Ethan probably can tell me.
Of course. I've been through all of it. And, plane isn't that hard for me anyway.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've never been on an actual airplane before.
Well, to put it exact, if you're talking about the beginning before flying, I can see what your point is. But I'm saying that if you get through the actual after all these securities and everything, then it shouldn't be too hard.
Okay, well that's good to know. Alright, well, yeah, that being said, as I was saying, so yeah, those are our three methods of transportation. I'm not sure how we're gonna get down there, but of course, yeah. Of course, the voice actors is another reason why we have to go down there, but that's also another reason why me and Ethan have to save immediately. They are not going to be cheap for pictures, and me and Ethan are more than likely not going to spend too much money in terms of autographs either, because if it's one thing we've learned from these cons, they are not cheap either.
Nope, they're not.
In fact, I'm lucky that Anime Milwaukee is going to let me at least bring one item that I can get signed by a voice actor for free. That's a personal item, so I'm even lucky enough that I get that much. Most cons don't even let me do that alone.
That sucks.
But hey, I'll take what I get. But yeah, that being said, the main reason why I want to go to this con is because all three Blue's Clues voice actors, Steve, Joe, and of course Josh from Blue's Clues and You, the reboot of Blue's Clues, will all be there. So, I mean, Steve has gone to a couple other cons, New York Comic Con, a couple other smaller or other well-known Comic Cons. I do know he's going to Fan Expo Denver. That was just recently announced. But yeah, there's a couple other cons that me and Ethan want to go to for this, but that highly depends on us, actually getting down there.
Yes.
So, and not to mention, the photo sessions for each of, all these, Blue's Clues hosts are about $60-$70. So I'd be spending almost $200 on the photos alone just to get these voice actors. That would be fun.
That would be crazy too, man. I mean, well, at least you'll be saved up anyway.
Very true. But yeah, if Ethan wants to go, just so you know, photo-wise, he's probably only gonna get like one, because Ethan can't afford too much on his budget.
Nope, not at all.
But yeah, that's another reason. The third reason why we have to is snacks. Me and Ethan are not going to buy too much food down there unless we have to. And we already know to avoid con food.
Yes.
Mainly because, one, most of them require credit cards, and me and Ethan try not to because con prices can be a little expensive in terms of food. And two, I just prefer not to because sometimes convention food could suck. Me and Ethan have had our fair share of tasting off-site food.
Yeah, we try not to mention it too much, but for the sake of it, yeah, it's just no. They're okay, but I just don't say they're the best.
No, I've had better at a sit-down at a fast food restaurant. For some of these. That's coming.
I have eaten better than what we were talking about.
Yeah, like, we got some food at Fan Expo once, I believe. I got a pizza. Probably the second worst pizza I've tasted. Ugh.
Ooh, Ooh, well, I wouldn't blame ya.
Yeah, word of advice. If you're gonna go for good pizza, you're better off leaving the convention and going to going out to eat.
No kidding. Even the place that, oh man, that's just crazy.
Which is probably why I'm not gonna buy anything at Anime Milwaukee. I know Wisconsin is probably known for quite a few good foods, but I'm not gonna take the chance.
No, no, not at all. At least for me, I'm just looking and eating that I know.
But yeah. That being said, so yeah, that's another thing. So me and Ethan have to bring some snacks with us to eat before we go to the convention center where this thing is being held if we're going to it.
Yes.
And that one is going to be a little bit harder for both of us because snack wise, the food that me and Ethan would bring. Now, many of you don't know this about me, but I am very picky about my food.
Oh yeah.
That means I have a little bit more of a preferable taste than Ethan sometimes. That being said, in terms of actual eatable foods, I probably bring some apples, applesauce, maybe a snack or two that I actually like. Before we go to the convention center, Ethan will probably bring some cereal or something to eat for breakfast.
Yes.
And other stuff. So yeah, that is highly dependent. But yeah, that really is gonna depend on stuff. So yeah, snack food is the next thing. Of course, another thing Ethan could talk about is taking off of work.
Yeah, that one is. It's gonna be like the part that we might not make it all days over there. More likely what we could do on the weekend, but I'm not so sure how we're gonna make it up through when you go the Friday one, whatever. But we'll see what happens from there.
Agreed. So this is highly dependent on whether both of our bosses say we can have the weekend off for that week. Week that the Lexington Con is happening, which is the week before spring break happens for most schools. I think at least in both of our states.
At least me though, weekends I should have like weekend off, no problem. But then it's just Friday. I get a Friday off depending on what day it is, but I get to take it off if I have to.
Agreed. And now I usually work on the weekends in the arcade in the place I work. But that being said, I'm not really sure if I can take off, so we'll have to wait and see. But we'll have to see what happens.
Yes.
But yeah, there is that as well. Okay, so what's next? Oh yeah, and then the last thing, the hotel.
Yes.
This is the make it or break it moment for this trip. Me and Ethan are definitely new to this, so if we were going to go down, we would have to get a hotel that is one close to the convention center, so me and Ethan could just simply take a walk there, or two, it's got to be close enough that me and Ethan can take a small Uber there, or we can just walk there ourselves. Because if the hotel's too far, then it's going to be way too far for him and I.
Yes. And there'll be hotels more likely to be close to it, but we'll see what happens. But Lexington, that we both know, is new to us. I've been through Kentucky before by driving, but go around there is a new story to me.
So yeah, we're gonna have to explore. That being said, for anybody who has gone to this con or has actually, been around the Lexington area, if you could recommend hotels to us, please, it'd be nice if you could, because me and Ethan could use the help.
That would be nice.
But yeah, prices of hotel, that's the big make it or break it for us. Another make it or break it is we don't know if it's gonna happen yet. Obviously things have been rumored to be coming around, and of course you know how the channel is. But if theoretically we get a Nintendo Direct next week, hopefully Nintendo doesn't throw any wrenches in our plans and we don't end up having a game next month.
Yes.
The reason why I say is because I'm on a tight enough budget as is, and so is Ethan. So if Nintendo just suddenly drops a game that Ethan and I both want, it's got to be at least under $30 or more. Because if it's a $59.99, I don't think Ethan and I are going to be able to afford it.
Nope.
But yeah, that being said, we'll see what happens. I'm very, very, very skeptical. Very skeptical about what could happen next week. But hopefully we do. Hopefully, if there is going to be a Nintendo Direct next week, I will say that maybe we will maybe we gotta cross our fingers that we don't get anything like I don't know, a Fire Emblem remake of some sort.
We'll see what happens though, but eventually we'll find out from there.
Agreed. So here's hoping that doesn't throw a wrench into our plans. But yeah, that is pretty much it in terms of the cons so far for both the summer and the spring. So in terms of cons, let's go down the list again. Anime Milwaukee is indeed this weekend, so I will be going, unfortunately, by myself because Ethan N cannot join me this time, but that's okay. Okay, there's always
I have mentioned why, so
yeah. We can confirm that we will be going to Fan Expo this summer, so look forward to that. Of course, if plans change or something happens, we will let you guys know. I do want to say that I am looking into Anime Central and Anime Magic again to see if I can go to those. And then finally, last but not least, we are going to be looking into going into the Lexington Toy and Comic Con.
I hope that works out though, but all we can both say this is not confirmed yet, but we are talking about it just because it's in the progress now. It's just in the progress.
Agreed. We will be talking with my dad later this month to see what happens if we can go to this con. And we will make our plans, and then hopefully by the end of the month we will let you guys know if we are indeed going to this con or not.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is not confirmed yet. This is just for now. It's just in the progress. Doesn't mean it's gonna work out or not, but that's what it is right now.
Yep. So if you want to keep an eye on any changes for the cons that we mentioned in this video, keep an eye on both mine and Ethan's Instagrams, and also be sure to keep an eye out for mine and Ethan's hold on a second. Our community page here on YouTube for any updates. I'm gonna stop posting when we're going to cons on the community page since we have it now. So if you want to keep an eye on the community page, that will tell you if we are going to cons or not. Because I usually post confirmations of if we're going to these cons or not on there, as well as Instagram, where I've already been doing that for a while. So keep an eye out on both of those spaces, and we will let you guys know if we are going to those cons or not.
Yes.
But yeah, that being said, that is all for now. And this is yours truly, Music Clues, signing out, and I will see you guys later. Oh, sorry, I should have mentioned, you can, this is Music Clues.
Ethan, signing out.
And y'all have a nice
gaming day.
Sorry, so used to doing these by myself for a while. Bye, guys.